Hello there! Do you know there is a connection between this and this? But how is that possible? There are two different ideas that came about in completely different times. So in this video, I will introduce you to the concept of masculinity in Korea related to the K-pop culture viewed from the lens of post-structuralism. Post-structuralism is a theoretical framework within the field of philosophy and critical theory that emerged in the mid of 20th century. It challenges traditional notion of language, knowledge, and power, and emphasizes the idea that meaning is not fixed or inherent, but rather constructed through social and cultural processes. Post-structuralist theory suggests that the concept of truth is complicated. This is because the relationship between signifier and signified is not as fixed as structuralists believe, due to the influence of the many factors. Let's take one example to make it easier to understand. What comes to your mind when you hear the word cat? You might associate the signifier cat with the image of a cute, furry creature with pointed ears and whiskers, whereas someone else might associate it with a hideous, furry, legend-inducing creature with pointed claws and evil eyes. The different meanings that you and others associate with the signifier cat are based on their own individual experiences with the concept it represents. Therefore, the original meaning of a thing and how it would be received by others can never be guaranteed, and this applies to all kinds of things. When examining the correlation between post-structuralism and K-pop culture, it is important to consider that K-pop itself is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that encompasses music, fashion, visuals, performance, and fan culture. But some of its concepts and ideas can be applied to understand certain aspects of the K-pop industry and its cultural impact. Here are a few points of connection. First, deconstruction. Post-structuralism emphasizes the deconstruction of a binary opposition and fixed meaning. In K-pop, this can be seen in the deconstruction of traditional gender roles and expectations. K-pop group often challenges norm by experimenting with androgynous aesthetic, breaking stereotypes, and blurring boundaries between masculine and feminine presentation. Makeup. Feminine makeup and hairstyle in the world of K-pop is a lot more acceptable on men than in Western world men. And in Korea, it is a lot more open about wearing makeup that they can carry makeup product with themselves. As you can see in this video, the men are applying their own makeup on their face without anyone making any judgmental comments. This is very acceptable for straight men in Korea as there is no gender discrimination on their sexuality if they do. Compared to the Western culture, male performers tend to keep short amount of makeup such as powder and lip balm and possibly concealer to still maintain a masculine face. In Westerners, common people are not adjusted yet to see most of the Hollywood stars or pop stars wearing tons of feminine products. However, as Hallyu is penetrating the Western world, more Western fans are starting to accept the use of makeup on male idols as we tend to find it more attractive, seeing the star having a flawless visuals. The act of K-pop boy groups wearing makeup can be seen as a form of observation of traditional gender norms. It challenges the notion that masculinity should be devoid of adornment or that makeup is exclusive to women. Aegyo. Aegyo refers to the behavior of acting cute that denotes of particular style not only in K-pop but also in South Korean society. In a broader sense, Aegyo is gender fluid and presents idols in an endearing manner in line with soft masculinity. Truth, power, and discourse. Discourse is a word to explain a general way of speaking about things. We could almost interchange the word discourse for the phrase a way of speaking. You will find that lots of post-structuralists use the term dominant discourse. Dominant discourse is the most common or popular way of speaking about something. So we could say that the dominant discourse in Korea is having a soft masculinity and wearing makeup for men is a normal thing. Truth. If a discourse or way of speaking becomes dominant, it might come to seem as if it's the truth. Power. If truth is shaped by discourse, then the people who have the power to influence discourse control what is seen as true and untrue by the much of the population. This is where the role of agency or people who have power in disseminating and promoting K-pop and its culture throughout the world causes a discourse on the concept of masculinity in Korea to be accepted and even imitated in various countries such as Thailand, China, Japan, and many more. Identity and subjectivity. Post-structuralism questions the suitability and coherence of individual identity, suggesting that identities are not fixed, but rather constructed through social and cultural processes. In the context of K-pop, artists often adopt stage names or personas that might differ from their original identities. The company heavily regulates all the lives of its artists, even to the point of the identities such as image, behavior, hairstyle, and even airport look. They are part of branding. This highlights the performative aspect of identity, as artists craft and present themselves in a specific way to appeal to their audience. So, post-structuralism is not finite. It doesn't have a clear boundaries or sharp edges like many orthodox and critical theories. It can even be paradoxical at times, but on the other hand, it allows us to understand change in a deeper way and from multiple points of view. To sum up the case of masculinity in Korea, so it is not a static concept. It always evolves from time to time to social and cultural reasons. Even the definition of masculinity in certain countries could be different in another country. It is related to the discourse, truth, and power in particular country. And through the lens of post-structuralism, the real definition or the truth of masculinity is not clear. It will always up to debate and up to individual interpretation. So we can't say that the concept of masculinity in Korea is the best, nor the concept of masculinity in Korea is messed up. Depends on individual preference. So that is the explanation of the concept of masculinity in Korea related to K-pop culture viewed from the lens of post-structuralism. I hope this video will be beneficial for all of us. See ya!